Hello, this is Kevin. I'm bringing you a game of Domination on Convoy. As you can tell from the beginning, this game was a little bit laggy, as most of them kind of have been for me on the new maps lately.
Charlie secure.
But I'm not going to talk completely about the gameplay or the maps. I'm going to talk about some of the other games that I've played lately and my thoughts on them that have come out. And those would be the Gears of War beta and Brink.
Secure.
And the Gears of War beta is pretty fun. It's a lot different as it's more of a third-person game. And it's got a little bit more in common with Brink in that there's more health and you don't kill people as fast as you do in Call of Duty. You just have to be careful about what you're doing. And learning to use the cover system is just a different change and a different kind of feel for the game that takes a while for me to switch back and forth to. That and the fact you don't start off with grenades is really weird to me as well. So it's just a lot different style of gameplay. But once you get used to it, it's better. There's still some things that I don't really like. The shotguns and kind of the melee attacks seem a little too strong in the game.
Losing Bravo.
It's one of the things, like with the Retro Lancer, it's got like that bayonet on it. You can just charge at people. Getting shot doesn't slow you down at all from that charge, so you can just run right into somebody, right through their bullets, and kill them. And it's just super frustrating. I think the worst was when somebody ran right through a shotgun blast on me. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way that the shotgun blast would at least stop that guy from running at me. Like, it didn't have to kill him. It just would have had to stop him from running and spearing me right in the middle. And that would have been enough for me, because then I probably could have finished him off. But it is a fun game, and really I've played all the other Gears games for the single player, so the fact that I'm starting to play multiplayer is just kind of a nice benefit. The only problem is, for me in the beta, I'm not going to unlock all the stuff I want, mainly the Thrashball Cole outfit, because of the new map pack in this game, and then now because my roommate rented Brink and then I started playing that, so I'm going to spend all that time when I could have been unlocking that playing that game instead. So I guess I'll switch to talking Brink now. It's pretty fun. I've mostly just played the single player because I'm sure you've all heard the lag is quite bad in the multiplayer. Apparently you can get non-laggy games apparently, and those ones are better, so I'm going to play that again later tonight after I'm done uploading this video, and hopefully I'll get something a little more fun. But just playing the single player, since it's so similar to the multiplayer except you have people instead of the AI playing with you, I can tell how the game's gonna be fun and everything I'm gonna like about it. Just haven't been able to get one of those games yet. I mean, even when playing multiplayer in the leggy games, there are moments when the game is just really fun and you can tell exactly what the developers want it to be, and as soon as it really starts becoming that all the time, it's just gonna be a great game. Which is weird because I was watching videos of everybody else playing it, like the Machinima live stream, and then a couple other people's videos, and it just really didn't look appealing. But I didn't really know what they were doing, and they never really explained it on that. And now that I kind of have played it, I know what I'm doing. I know how the game modes work, and it's a little more fun.
Friendly napalm strike on the way.
Sometimes it's frustrating because the defensive ones are just way easier to do than the offensive ones. And it's just frustrating to keep running into these like setup groups of people and just get stomped. The single player in Brink isn't complicated and there's not really a great story, but it's fun to play, and that's really what I want in a video game. And I feel like because it's not a lot of story, there's a lot of replayability to it. The challenges are nice. Although there's only 4 of them, although I guess because they increase in difficulty when you change, you go up to like 1, 2, and 3 stars. And then they kind of become different maps, so it's a little different even though you're basically doing the same thing each time. But it doesn't really bother me that much because playing them is fun and it's interesting to play. So I feel like they've got that on lockdown, and I think they'll be able to fix stuff to make the multiplayer better and possibly add stuff in for single player to give it better. Like, that's one of the games where, like, what people want from Modern Warfare 2 and the special operations missions, like wanting more of those, I could see them adding more of these challenges into the game. I think the point of Brink that is probably the most fun besides actually playing it is that there's just so much customization to changing your character. I mean, each piece you change, like pants, shirt, jacket, hat, and each one of those has like 8 or more, like 8 to 10 options. And then each of those has a bunch of different color options, which doesn't really just change the color, it changes a lot of like the look on the outfit. Which sounds like I'm just playing dress up with my Barbie doll, but it's really fun with your Brink character to change him around and make him look really badass or however you like. And I wouldn't say it's a really awesome game yet because I haven't had a good multiplayer experience, and the single player isn't a really hefty piece to work with. Here I'm going to talk about the game because I'm going to get a nice stick on this guy and get a double kill. Don't think there's anything more satisfying than throwing a sticky grenade, getting that hit marker, and then the explosion kill. I mean, if you get a bunch of other deaths with it, it's pretty great. But going back to Brink, I mean, I really want to like it because I can see where it's fun, and I've had a lot of fun moments in the single player, so I'm hoping that the multiplayer eventually becomes more fun along with that, and I really want to... I might actually, like right now I'm just renting the game, but I might end up picking that up a little bit later and keep playing it, because it's just a lot of fun to play through. Like both those games I'd love to record myself playing, but I do just have a normal Dazzle, and I don't have an HD TV, so even then I can't cab it while I'm playing with the Dazzle, but maybe sometime soon I'll get an HD TV, and then I might buy an HD recorder, but definitely need an HD TV first. I think that's a little bit more important. So that's my thought on those two games, so I guess I'll talk about me playing this game and my thoughts on Convoy. If you've been watching the video, you might have noticed that before this point, I've kind of sucked in this game. I mean, not really bad, because I've been really good capping points. Like, I've capped B twice already. I'm going to get it a third time. The first time I capped it, I don't know how I managed to do that, especially with the ACOG M60 while the guy was right beside me, but managed to make it work for me. And here I'm using the M60, which I golded out, which is the first gun I got gold this time. Even though I know I said it was going to be the MPL, I just haven't got around to getting that gun and choosing stupider guns. Not really stupider, but less used guns. Just because it adds a little more insult to injury when you get killed by them. My favorite might be the fact that I golded out my dual Scorpions. I haven't been using them a lot because they don't really work well in these new maps, at least for me. So I haven't gotten the hang of running and gunning with these bad boys on any of these maps yet, but I'm hopeful. And this is why I upload this game, is this kill streak I'm going on with the M60. Really controlling the engagement. I like being up on those walkways, but it just takes you out of the game for so much of the time in a certain way. Because you need if you're up there, you need the enemy to be moving around and coming towards points and stuff. And sometimes they just don't want to do that. Here I play cat and mouse with this guy for a little bit before I realized I got hardened on, so I'll just shoot him through the fucking wall. Be done with it. But I really do like the M60 because with the grip on, you can kill in just like 2 or 3 shots, so you really don't have to worry about laying all those bullets out, and it's really accurate. If you pull the 1-2 burst, you'll get a kill, and you'll be putting right on that guy. Just the sound of this gun I find is really intimidating, especially to other people, so it's going to keep them away from you as well. It's definitely my favorite light machine gun I've talked about before, just because I love having all those bullets. I started this game off with the M16 with the ACOG, which is pretty good on this map, as it is on any map with long range sights, but just as you can tell, there's a little bit of lag, and it's not awful, but it's enough that makes a burst weapon really difficult to use. And that's one of those things you have to be aware of when you're playing the game, is if you have a little bit of lag, don't bother trying to... There I was just staring at that guy, thinking of some cool way to kill him, but all I had was to knife him or shoot him with the pistol, so I just wanted his gun. Now I've got a red dot M16. But if you've got that little bit of lag, it's going to make those burst weapons, and it's got to be a effect on what you choose for the game to play. Like, I can't... If you're lagging, you don't want to use a burst gun, you don't want to use a single shot gun. And sometimes you might not even want to use a submachine gun just because the hits don't register. You're going to be in trouble because your gun doesn't have as many bullets as an assault rifle in general.
Friendly RCXD inbound.
But just being careful and knowing what's going on is important in this game. My KD in this game isn't impressive. I think it's like 2 or something, but what I do well is capturing 5 points, because I captured B 3 times in this game. Especially on this map, B is important, and it's hard to capture once you're doing it. So there you go, fun game on Convoy, my thoughts on new games.